Okay, mic check. Okay, it works. All right. So yeah. Uh this channel, I guess the main point of it is to do the articles without the general's voice, right? The drill sergeant voice that good God-fearing Christians um, who are wimps, you know, who are like too gentle and too soft, like they don't know the Old Testament God. Certain Christians are like too fragile to deal with the general's voice. And so I do, out of the goodness of my heart, a general's voice free presentation because I don't want to make my fellow Christians stumble, right? Now I'm not going to go out of my way and eat a hamburger or a steak or a pork chop in front of somebody. They can stumble all they want, but I don't want to make my fragile Christian brothers and sisters stumble. So that's why I have this channel. Then we have Tom Youngjohn 3, which now that it's gotten a strike and I've been put in immigration jail for a week, I don't want to get a second strike and get put in YouTube jail, get put in YouTube jail for a week. I don't want to get put in YouTube jail for 2 weeks. And so now I'm only going to put up teasers and do the Sunday live stream, Sunday evening live stream. So teasers and Sunday evening live stream, teasers that have the general's voice with a link to Tom Youngjohn 4, Tom space Youngjohn space the number 4. So you have a link. And, if you haven't subscribed to all 3 channels, and when there's a number 5 and number 6, if there is, then you're more foolish than I am, and it takes a fool to recognize a fool. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So Chelsea Clinton Military Tribunal, day 1. They won. Who lost? Bad guys lost. You heard it here first. Oh my. Chelsea Clinton's military tribunal started sluggishly on Tuesday as her attorney, Robert S. Harrison of the Clinton Foundation, delivered an hour-long opening sermon that portrayed his client a victim of overbearing, abusive parents who had systematically, psychologically manipulated an impressionable young girl beginning on her 12th birthday, not long after Bill was elected president of the United States. In an impassioned soliloquy, Harrison claimed that Bill and Hillary had forcibly groomed their daughter to one day run the Clinton Foundation and become president of the United States. This is the lawyer. Chelsea was taught to respect the affluent, the rich, the powerful, and to shun the poor and the underprivileged. Her parents told her that only the wealthy deserved to live normal lives, and the poor were disposable and could be thrown away like a dirty rag. But a young Chelsea was strong-willed, and though impressionable, she didn't just blindly accept her parents' view of the world. Like most young teens, she sometimes disobeyed her parents, but unlike most teens, she endured harsh, unspeakable punishments. Mr. Harrison said, 13-year-old Chelsea Clinton, he said, had befriended a young African-American boy, the son of a low-level White House staffer. When her parents learned of her newfound friend, They berated their daughter for associating with minorities and demanded she dissolve the friendship immediately. Chelsea rebelled, telling Bill and Hillary that the boy was her best friend and that she hoped to one day marry him. So, what did Bill and Hillary do? They punished her harshly. They drove their 13-year-old daughter to the seediest part of D.C. and told her, if you want to be with them, see how they live. That's what your life will be like. Before dropping her off and making her walk all the way home. A similar incident occurred a year later, for which Chelsea was locked in a closet for 2 days and given only water. She developed Stockholm syndrome, came to sympathize and to empathize with her parents' opinion of the world. If anyone here is a victim, it's Chelsea Clinton. I have 600 pages of incidents I can read. Please! Oops, wrong channel. Sorry. I guess you know where my sympathies lie. I apologize to my fragile Christian brothers and sisters. Back to the news. Please don't. Rear Admiral Darcy E. Crandall, who was prosecuting the case on behalf of the Judge Advocate General Corps, said from behind the prosecution table, I get it. You aim to elicit sympathy from our esteemed officers. But here are the facts. We're not prosecuting a 13, 14, 15, or 16-year-old Chelsea Clinton. We are prosecuting a 41-year-old woman who ran both alone and alongside her mother, running a child trafficking ring that saw hundreds, if not thousands, of children passed around among her friends or outright sold to the highest bidders. Rear Admiral Crandall called his first witness, Chelsea's squirrely husband, Mark Mezvinsky, to the stand. Appearing in person as opposed to on Zoom, Mezvinsky laid the foundation on his relationship and business dealings with the Clintons. Under oath, he testified that he had no knowledge of the Clintons' criminal ventures when he first courted Clinton in 2005. I've known the family since 1993, but Chelsea and I didn't formalize a relationship until 2005 and married her in 2010. I had no knowledge of their criminal conduct until after that. Promise, Mezvinsky said. Can you explain, Mr. Mezvinsky, how it is that you knew the Clintons for 12 years prior to marrying Chelsea, yet you were oblivious to their criminal actions? That seems unlikely. Rear Admiral Crandall said. A Rear Admiral Crandall that has had his testicles removed surgically. Mezvinsky elucidated how the Clintons had craftily insulated themselves to such a degree that no one outside their inner circle had knowledge of their crimes. He admitted to his own naivete, saying he was so smitten. I know, smitten. He was so smitten with Chelsea that everything beyond the scope of their relationship became a blur. The Clintons, he added, were masters of camouflage and concealment. Were they really so good at camouflage, Mr. Mezvinsky, or did you simply choose to not acknowledge reality? Rear Admiral Crandall asked. A bit of both, Mezvinsky admitted. At that moment, Clinton's lawyer asked the tribunal's permission to take a phone call. He excused himself leaving the chamber for 5 minutes, and upon returning, asked Rear Admiral Crandall to put the tribunal on recess. In recess, Michael, I think, until Wednesday morning. He claimed that new evidence has come to light that would unequivocally exonerate his client. Only because we have other matters to deal with today as well. But this tribunal will tolerate no delays after this, Rear Admiral Crandall said. Put the trial on hiatus until Wednesday morning. So love God. Check out my TikTok video that I just uploaded this morning and the one that I uploaded like 2 days ago. I think it's at Tom_Youngjohn. And try to be good.